Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back once again. We're at it again. And you know what? We got a lot to discuss today, but there's a lot to go over. So, the first thing I'm going to do is, answer a question from my boy Junior Moreno. Salute to Junior Moreno. And Junior Moreno says, Newt, you should cover more about how you represent only the IBFP and why. I feel that these unbiased and objective channels get infiltrated by idiots who claim bodying people even though they ignore or don't use facts. So, what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and, respond to my brother Junior Moreno's comment. It's over there in the comment, the community post. So I just want to explain to everybody, I represent only the IBFP. I don't represent no groups, no friends, no comrades, no amigos, no buddies, no homies, no nothing. And the reason why I only represent the IBFP is because you have some of these groups out here, saying they're keeping it unbiased, saying they're keeping it real. But all of these guys are giant fanboys who fly off of fighters' nuts because they don't worry about facts. They are in their feelings. So we're going to get rid of guys who are in their feelings and only focus on the facts. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you think I'm biased, you think I'm a fanboy, the first thing you need to do is slap yourself. That's the first thing you need to do for being dumb enough to even think something that's stupid. Once again, it's the landlord, and it's time to pay the rent. My brother D. Jefferson, my brother from another mother, salute D. Jefferson.
What up, Nuke? What's good, man?
Hey, man, we just got a lot to get into today, D. I know you're ready to body some false narratives, some fanboys, and, kill them with the absolute truth and facts.
All day long, dog. All day long. We got a lot to talk about.
That's it. And you know what? One of the first things I want to go ahead and touch on, and hold on. Also, D, with the government quarantine, they're saying rent ain't due. If you step into the IBFP, the rent is fucking due. And I don't care what nobody say about that. I'm not regulated by the government. We do what the fuck we want to do over here. But I digress. And so the first thing we want to, just touch on a little bit is Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. stated that him and Terrence Crawford are going to fight either this year or next year. And he said, if we don't fight this year, we're definitely going to fight next year. It's going to happen. Now, my thing to everybody in the chat, to you, D. Jefferson, if Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, is that happening this year or next year?
Well, if for some chance we do get it, it'll be next year. It damn sure ain't going to be this year. That's for sure. And I'm not even sure, Nuke, to tell you the truth, if it's going to be even next year at this point. Because Errol Spence has said a lot of things, but concerning that Crawford fight, and he keep backing out on his words. So I believe it when the contract signed, because I don't really believe that bullshit no more.
Salute to Red Glove. Red Glove said it ain't happening. Salute Red Glove. Salute Sam Shaw, Boxing Monster, Nick Harmer, everybody. Salute everybody. Lisa Bells. Look, my whole thing is I don't think it's going to happen this year. I know Errol Spence said that he's going to try to fight Pacquiao or Danny Garcia this year. And you know what? Coming back off of a car crash and all of this, Danny Garcia fight, I was tripping about it before he got in the car crash because it didn't make sense. But now that he's been in a car crash, is a comeback fight. That's a hell of a good opponent for him at this point, and it just worked that way. So if he picks Danny, I think that's a good opponent. But I don't think no way in hell does that happen this year. It has to happen next year. And if it happens next year, I don't see it happening in the first quarter. I see it happening in the second quarter. Remember, I predicted in early 2019 that Spence Crawford would not happen until 2021 late because they're going to try to get Terrence Crawford to be 34 years old. They're going to try to age him just enough to think that maybe he's a little bit past that peakness in his prime, and they're going to try to get him right at 34 years old, and then they're going to try to get him thinking it's sweet, but that plan's going to backfire. What do you think, D?
Man, Crawford is unlike all of these other boxers at welterweight. He stay in shape, man. Like, it's a reason Floyd could go as long as he did, because he stayed in shape in between fights, during fights. You understand? Yeah. That's the breed of athlete that Crawford is. So trying to age him out like that, man, they're not doing nothing. Like, this is the guy that's probably in better shape than a lot of those guys that's in their fucking prime.
Well, here's the problem, D. If Errol Spence think he's going to beat Terrence Crawford simply because he's going to age him out a little bit, that makes no sense. It makes no sense because it's going to ultimately come down to skill sets and what you can do. Errol Spence spends too much time in training camp trying to lose weight instead of trying to collect more skills. We didn't see any beautiful skill sets on display against Sean Porter. He was getting turned a lot in that fight, and he really didn't make any significant adjustments throughout that fight. So my thing is, it was a close fight. It was an entertaining fight. But at the end of the day, I don't think that he has enough skills to compete with Terrence Crawford, even at 34 years old. And I don't think 34 years old is over the hill for a guy like Terrence Crawford. See, Terrence Crawford, Floyd Mayweather, those type of guys who take care of their bodies, guys who do the right shit in camp, guys who, dedicate themselves to the sport. Those guys can fight up to 40 years old and still be successful at an elite level because they take care of themselves, because they respect the sport, because they're dedicated fighters, D.
Exactly, bro. And that's what I was saying, bro. I mean, this dude is not one of those guys that's going to miss a step. And Spence going to go in there. If he go in there with that attitude, bro, Crawford going to whip him. And whip him good and easy.
Now, let me ask you about this. Because, I want everybody in the chat to answer me this, too, because I don't know. Can Danny Garcia beat Errol Spence Jr. at this point? Just the thoughts on everybody. Does Danny Garcia have a chance to beat Errol Spence at this point? Errol Spence coming off this car crash. Errol Spence, trying to come back. This is his comeback fight. Can Danny Garcia beat him? Can he catch him with something hot, put Errol Spence down and beat him? Cali26 says no, sir. He says no, sir. SOGIX says with the left hook. Can he beat him? Is it likely? Is it a 50-50 fight? Is it a close fight? Is it far apart? Can he beat this guy? D, can he beat him?
I say it's a close fight because the unknown with Spence. But if Spence is, back to where he was, I don't see Garcia beating him. But we don't know. We just don't know about Spence. Danny Garcia can go in there and knock Errol Spence out. And then all of these freaking fanboys will be sitting there with their mouth wide open. And, of course, they're going to use the excuse of the car accident anyway. So I'm not going to get too hype on it. I mean, I think a fresh Spence, I think he beats Danny Garcia. But we don't know what we have, bro. I could see Danny Garcia going in there and stopping Spence because Spence took a hard hit to the jaw. We don't know what kind of head trauma, but he damn sure banged his head. You can damn sure believe that because he was tossed from the car. We don't know how Spence could take hits, and that dude is used to taking hits. We don't know that. Danny punches hard, so he could get knocked out.
Well, Cali26 says Spence going to be the first to drop Danny Garcia. My only thing about that is Spence didn't drop Mikey Garcia. So is he going to be ready to drop a guy like that? Is he going to be ready for that? Can Errol Spence drop Danny Garcia? And Danny Garcia got a hell of a chin.
He did drop Sean, though. And Sean got a hell of a chin, too.
Well, Sean was in motion. And Sean was already dropped by, a guy like Adrian Broner. So you're not looking at it like, hey, this, I mean, if you're equating the power, he did what AB did.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are we saying that can he drop or knock out Danny Garcia? I think he could drop or knock out Danny Garcia only for the simple fact that if he gets to Danny Garcia's body, he could tire him out, take him into deep waters. But on the other hand, I can see Danny Garcia causing a lot of problems to Spence. Just like you said, we don't know what Errol Spence this is. This Errol Spence, his speech has been affected. Salute to Trav FDY. Look, his speech has been affected. Errol Spence's speech, this dude don't sound the same. He's slurring. His nipples at an all-time puffy rate. He looked like he about to produce some Cambodian breast milk out this bitch. So we don't know what's going on with Errol Spence. I don't know why his nipples is puffy. I don't know why, his speech has changed and is slurred. Explain to me what's going on with his speech and can he take these shots? Because he still ain't been sparring.
Yo, I just listened to a Instagram video from him this morning. It's still the same. I mean, it could have something to do with the false teeth or not, but something's different about him.
And that's what I'm saying, man.
We all speech, like not. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, but not just speech, just like his whole demeanor, everything. Something's different about him, bro.
And look, KO Surge says Danny is a natural welterweight. Mikey Garcia wasn't. I'll see Danny Garcia exposing Errol Spence Jr. And you know what? This is an interesting fight. If Errol Spence Jr. comes in there and puts on a hell of a show and beats Danny Garcia cleanly and clearly, then that'll say about how good Spence is. It'll say a lot about hey, he's ready to go for Crawford. So would there be an excuse if he goes in there and blasts out Danny Garcia? Does the Crawford fight make sense at the end of the year, or should it still be 2021, D?
Shit. I would like to see it at the end of this year. I would love to see that, but I just don't think that's going to happen. And I'm not even too sure if it happens in 2021. My personal move and the shit they do, bro, I'm telling you, I don't think it's no guarantee in 2021.
I think Spence is going to offer Crawford to fight in 2021, late 2021, but it's going to be at 154 pounds. That's my opinion on it. I was right about the year, but we're going to see if it's at 147 or 154. I think Errol Spence is going to say, hey, I can't make this weight no more next year. He said, you got to move up and come get this smoke. That's exactly what it's going to – in my opinion, I think he's going to try to age Crawford and pull him up in weight to say, okay, now I'm ready to take him on. I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to get those nipples just right for September of next year. That's my opinion. What do you think, D?
No, I mean, it sounds plausible, bro, because other than that, why haven't you been fought him? I mean, he should have been fought him. I mean, anything like it sounds plausible to me. That's all I can say. I'm getting tired of the bullshit, though.
That's it.
I'm getting tired of the bullshit.
In Cali 26, you click that link, my brother. I know we have some unfinished business with Cali 26. Cali 26, don't think that I'm just going to let you get away with all of that you were talking the other day. Cali 26, go ahead and hit that link, my brother. You had a lot to say the other day in the comment section, but you didn't really want to say it on live. Junior Moreno says, Nuke, I don't think Errol Spence will ever fight Bud Crawford. If he loses to Bud, what chance would he have versus a heavier Canelo? He'd lose that $20 million offer. So it could be that he could be saving himself for that Canelo fight, D. What do you think about that?
Shit, that wouldn't be no surprise because everybody wants Canelo. You know what I mean? Everybody wants Canelo, and all their fans want to call Canelo a ducker. So, I mean, look, these guys are PBC paper chasers, man. Canelo, the biggest thing in town. I mean, who else is a bigger draw than Canelo? The only argument is AJ, and of course, that's ridiculous. Spence never making heavyweight, so it's clout chasing for real, bro. Because Canelo will beat the hell out of Spence.
Man, it wouldn't even be competitive. But watch these fans, boy, get on and say, "Oh well, if Canelo don't send him an offer next, he's ducking Errol Spence.
Right.
He's ducking Errol Spence." You know how these fanboys be getting their feelings when you mention Canelo. They panties get wet. They can't shut the fuck up talking about Canelo Alvarez. You know how that shit is. And then if you say, well, no, that don't line up with the facts. Oh, you're a fanboy. You're a fanboy. Look, you take your feelings the fuck out of it, and let's just follow the facts and see where they lead. Right. That's really it. That's really it. Cali 26, click that link. Click that link. Hold on.
Every time you turn around, it's Canelo ducking somebody else. It's like, bro, how is this man ducking so many people when he's fighting so many champs? He ducking Charlo. Now he ducking Andrade. Why is it also that he's ducking two guys that ain't worth a damn in this sport?
Well, Cali 26
haven't done a damn thing.
Well, Cali 26 says he definitely ducking that Charlo smoke. So let me explain this. Cali 26, I didn't drop the link for you, my brother, but I'm going to go full landlord rent collecting on your monkey ass right now. And let me break it down. If he offered Jamal Charlo a career high payday, an opportunity to fight him, and he offered this shit last year, why in the fuck are you still on Charlo's nuts? There's no reason for you still to be supporting a guy like this, talking about he's ducking that Charlo smoke. What sense does this make, D? This got to be the stupidest. Either you don't like facts and you completely ignore them, or you're trying to push a fucking narrative. Which is it, D?
Right. I mean, it's just dumb as hell, bro. Charlo didn't accept the biggest fights in his life. Andre or Canelo. What is Charlo doing? How can you even defend Jamal Charlo? Like, if he beats up Andre, at least that's what you Charlo fans, you're sure that he'll beat up Andre. So if he goes and he beats up Andre, then he's unified. Then he draws Canelo into a fight. But he won't do that. So how the hell? And he turned down the money. You do realize that he turned down a Canelo fight, don't you? You idiot.
A career high payday. Why would you turn down a career high payday if you thought you could win it? It don't make any fucking sense.
Right.
Because just like Andy Ruiz, you'd get double in the rematch. Daniel Jordan, he says, Nuke, can I click the link? Daniel Jordan, click the link. But, you know, that's what you want to talk about. Click the link. Look, I'm going to put it like this. Hold on. Cali 26 say, D. Jefferson can't be trusted. You flip on Spence. You know who said the same thing, D? He knows his sport.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same piece of shit that said that exact same statement. That's a very odd comment. Right.
And here's another thing. You idiot. I haven't flipped on Spence. I still say Spence is still my guy. He's doing dumb shit, and I'm gonna speak on it.
Hold on, D. D, you've done a lot like I do. And what I mean by that is you follow the facts and let the facts lead you to the conclusion. So and so that's really what it is. And so I remember D said that Spence wasn't ducking Crawford. I felt like he was. But you know what? There wasn't enough conclusive evidence because he was unifying. So D was right. I had admitted, D. Hey, at that point, D, you're right. I don't have enough conclusive evidence. So you're right. So I gave D his props. D come back with he said, hey, if he doesn't face Crawford next, it's a duck because there's no reason why not to. He came back and he proved it. His mind changes with the facts. We don't just support one fucking thing because it's that way today. If some shit changes, we're going to go with what changes. The facts has to follow.
Right.
It's that simple. Salute to Red Glove. Red Glove says D doesn't follow men. He follows the truth. That ain't flip-flopping. Salute to Red motherfucking Glove militant. That's the most factual statement. It's not no fanboy shit. It's simply following the facts. That's all it is, D. It's just following the facts.
Yeah, see, it is like this dude Cali don't understand. You know, when Spence started fucking up and doing dumb shit, making stupid ass Instagram posts, he wants you to sit there and be he knows his sports and make excuses for it and go at other people for talking about it. No, I'm gonna speak about the dumb shit he doing. That don't mean I'm flip-flopping on him. That just means that he's a dumbass right now. He need to get his act together and concentrate on boxing.
That's really it. I mean, look, when D started seeing this guy, you know, ballooning up in weight, he started seeing the drinking come in, he started seeing things change. Of course, he's going to make his adjustments. Of course, he's going to make his adjustment. See, you got to understand, salute to Soccer Training Club. Stating facts are required to be unbiased. You can't just say a guy ducking a guy because you feel like it's a duck because some other dude told you that and say, well, I'm going to ride his nuts because he said this is a duck, so it must be a duck, and I like him. No, fuck that, and fuck him, and fuck everybody that believes that. We got to be honest and unbiased and follow the facts. If you don't follow the facts, you're a straight dumbass. And we're not going to play with anybody that's stupid. We're going to follow the facts. So if you're going to tell me somebody's ducking somebody, give me some facts. Give me beyond a shadow of a doubt proof that this guy is ducking. Give me something real. Give me the truth because that's all I need. That's all I need. Just give me the facts. That's all I need. Salute to Junior motherfucking Moreno. Salute to Junior.
Yeah, man. It don't make no sense. What's up, Junior?
Turn your phone down, bro.
No, that was my TV, brother. I have the StreamYard on my phone, and I got the video streaming on my TV right now.
Speak that truth, Junior. What you got to say, my brother?
Bro, I'm just here to say what's up. IBF, salute. It's been a minute. I've always wanted to come on live on here with you, but I got my chance with Ring IQ first and then with DT3. But shout out to all you guys. I'm just quarantined right now, sipping, watching some boxing fights, reruns, and watching all these lives.
And that's real shit, Junior. And you know what? Look, I'm going to be honest with you, man. We got to follow the facts, bro. And, you know, I think that's the problem with so many people, Junior. Have you been seeing – do you think anybody's ducking? Do you think Canelo's ducking Charlo? Do you think Spence ducking Crawford? What do you think about that, Junior?
Honestly, I mean, if you're going after champions at higher weight classes that are bigger feats than fighting somebody at 160, how can you call that ducking? How can you call ducking when you're fighting people for more money and a bigger legacy to your name, you know?
Exactly.
You got all these guys waiting out for you, and people try to discredit it and just call it hate or duck or whatever. But, I mean, since the supposed duck, what have these guys been doing? You know, it's just annoying. It's just really, really annoying because We got Canelo fighting champion after champion, and then we got all these guys fighting tune-up fights.
That's absolutely. Casuals overly use the word duck. They love the word duck, but they can't fucking support it. D, what do you think about that? Moving up, fighting champions in a higher weight class. What do you think about this shit? And then they gotta say, "Oh, you're ducking somebody right here."
Exactly. And then so I just said this on one of my videos. You look at guys like Andrade and Charlo, right? Okay. Canelo's giving y'all dumbasses an example. So if you don't get Canelo fight, you don't want to fight each other. Well, why don't y'all move up? Pull your panties up, move up, and go fight one of those champions. You take one of those champions belts, you still make yourself a draw for the Canelo fight. Do something with yourself. Achieve for yourself, bro. But they're not trying to do that. They're just trying to sit around, fight low-level fighters, and beg for Canelo. They can do stuff. I'm tired of hearing, Andre can't find a fight. Tell Andre to go ask one of them champions at 168 to give him a fight. I think they'll be glad to whip his ass.
Woo. Hamed, salute.
Yes, bro. How's it going?
What's good, brother? You want to speak on any of this ducking? You want to speak on Errol Spence? Anything? Floor is yours.
I was talking to D yesterday. I think it was on Unbiased chat. I can't remember which. I don't know how people could accuse Canelo of ducking Andrade, man. To me, that's reaching. You don't have enough substance behind that claim because Canelo's virtually fought nearly everyone. Middleweight. He went up 2 weight classes to fight Kovalev. Was a champion at 175 a couple of years ago. Was the guy 175? Nonetheless, was still a dangerous fight, and he knocked him out. I don't know about this whole Andrade Charlo thing. I think they need to fight each other. Then maybe we might have a claim by one of those guys. Like if we can't keep accusing guys of Canelo ducking, because Canelo calls the shots. Let's be real. Would I want to see that fight? Yeah, obviously, but Canelo Golovkin is still a much bigger fight. I know a lot of people don't want to see that fight, but you got to think about DAZN. They're a business, and they want to make that third fight. That won't be on pay-per-view, but that will rev up a lot of subscribers, and DAZN are trying to compete with ESPN Plus. So I think once that's done, let's see where Andrade is. At the time being, Andrade needs to just stay busy and try and get the fights with guys like Charlo, Callum Smith, or whoever. He doesn't necessarily need to stay at 160. If he can't get the big fights, he could move up another weight class. But if he's staying at 160... Yeah, if he's still at 160, he needs to try and get guys like Charlo. If Charlo doesn't want to fight him, then he just needs to stay busy and keep winning and at least try and look good. Because the last couple of Andrade fights have kind of turned me off. With Charlo, I think he deserves a lot of stick, man. That guy, I don't know what he's going to do. If he's fighting guys like Eubank, I don't think people want to see that. And Charlo, I don't even know if he's a fully fledged champion. Like, how was WBC WBC making Canelo the franchise champion? I don't know. I don't know. The whole thing with that was messed up. I don't think that's on Charlo, but they did order Charlo to fight Golovkin, and the whole thing was just messed up.
Hold on, man. Let me
at the same time, I think Charlo just turned around Canelo.
One second. Now, my whole thing about Andrade, a lot of people have been coming at me about this. My only thing is, D or not, am I wrong or right, D? Demetrius Andrade debuted in 2008. What the fuck has he done since he debuted?
Right.
Nothing much, man.
What the fuck has he done since he debuted? Who the fuck that got these dudes ready to fly off a cliff on Demetrius Andre nutsack? These guys got Demetrius Andre name tattooed on their asshole because they're trying to tell you that this guy's the most Hall of Fame fighter at 30 years old. What the fuck is he talking about?
What's up, Luke? What's up, D?
What's
Right
up,
from
man?
LA.
What's up,
Luke,
LA? What's up, Unbiased?
What's up?
Hey,
what's up,
Luke? Everybody, we're gonna shoot the Unbiased real quick. At 1 second, Unbiased, go first. Floor is yours, my brother.
I'm just gonna say this, man. A lot of people are in their feelings, and I don't even think it's about Canelo Alvarez, man. I think it's just to come at you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these guys are flip-flopping. You go through their videos, you listen to what they have said in the past about Canelo. Canelo can fight who he wants. Canelo, look at his resume. He's beaten so many high-caliber opponents, you can't even criticize him. These aren't my words. These are the words if you play their video that they say. And that's a fact. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. And on top of that, when you look at Andrade, he's ducked Jermell. He pulled out. He turned down a Korobov fight. He turned down a Derevyanchenko fight.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. And this is the guy you guys are riding for. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand how people could even try to get behind this guy and act like he really wants all the smoke when his past doesn't say that.
And look, unbiased. And my whole thing is, we got to keep that same fucking energy.
Yes, sir.
With everybody else. I've always said I think Demetrius Boo Andrade is a good fighter. I've always said that I think that he can give Canelo a few problems, but ultimately I think Canelo beats him. I don't see why Canelo would need to be ducking Demetrius Andrade when he fought Lara, a better skilled fighter. I don't understand why he would need to duck Andrade when he fought Floyd Mayweather. People said Floyd was the greatest fighter of the past generation. Why would he be ducking? And everybody said, well, Canelo, the only way he can lose is by knockout. When he moved up 2 weight classes to a guy that could fucking knock him out, and then they say, well, he's still a coward. So my whole thing is
he fought Triple G as well, man.
People say exactly.
Hold on 1 second a bit. I think you're absolutely right, unbiased. I think that sometimes guys don't like me speaking facts, and they get in their feelings, and then they want to perpetrate that truth. That's all that shit is. These dudes are holding Andrade nuts because they want to hate on me. Don't hate on me, motherfucker. Hate on the facts, bitch. But
on top of that, man, look.
Noob.
Hold on, Reed. I just want to say this real quick.
What about people saying that Canelo strategically picking his opponents, but then again he's making multiple offers to everybody?
That's a great.
That's a contradiction.
It doesn't make sense.
That means that either a Raider from LA. That means they're either are completely oblivious to the facts or they're pushing a fucking narrative. There's only 2 things. Yeah. Either you're oblivious to the facts or you're the narrative.
Yeah. And there's a fact. It's a fact that Andrade ducked Jermell. It's a fact he pulled out of that fight. It's a fact that Rock Nation paid him $550K, or they were going to, and they didn't, and Andrade sued them because they didn't oblige by paying him $550K to not fight Jermell Charlo. And that's a fact. The lawsuit in the order is online. All you got to do is look it up. And then when you do look it up, then Andrade got to hold the L. That's all I'm saying. Like, y'all can't be out here caping for this guy. And he's turning down fights. Like, I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't get the heat. And
you got
why does Canelo get heat?
Hold on,
hold on, right quick.
Why is
hold on 1 second.
You got to think about this. You always, for ever since I know you, you always making these predictions about what's going to happen in the future with these guys, right? And then these guys are advocating against Canelo. So it's even worse for them when you come out to be correct. It's the hate, bro, and the vitriol. Because they want, you know what I mean? Because they want to push their narratives, but we see them right through these narratives, bro. And they come out just the way you say, Nuke. You got that platform, you got that voice, and they can't stand it, dog. They coming after you.
Well, look, SOG says on the UGC, it was said that Canelo never offered anything to Boo or negotiate. Well, we got to be honest and unbiased. We know that Canelo Alvarez negotiated with Demetrius Andrade. That comes from Mike Coppinger. And the only reason Andrade was not selected as the opponent, because it made better sense financially, legacy-wise, to fight Sergey Kovalev for winning another belt in another division than it would to face an Andrade who's literally fought no one at 32 years old. Unbiased, what do you think about that?
Well, that's a fact. Kovalev would be the more legacy fight, in my opinion, because Canelo was stripped. And this is another thing that I didn't actually, put together. I completely forgot about this, right? A lot of these people are saying, oh, Canelo needs to fight Andrade because that's a way for undisputed, right? He got stripped. Who has a belt at 160?
GGG.
Okay, so if he gets the belt from Triple G, that's on the road to legacy.
Exactly.
Undisputed. So it doesn't make sense why they would be mad at that.
Dumbasses. Straight dumbasses.
I think people
Yo,
either you're
can I say?
ignoring the facts or you're pushing a narrative. It's just that simple. You're ignoring the facts or you're pushing a narrative. Junior Moreno, speak on it real quick. I know you wanted to say something.
I wanted to talk about the topic of the calculated risk because I know that's what he was trying to talk about. But I mean, like, every fighter is taking calculated risks. You know, like, people are fighting nobodies just to make sure that they don't lose. You know, Canelo at least is going up in weight and fighting champions. If you want to talk about calculated risks,
Yo,
That's
what
fact.
was,
Raider from LA, what do you want to say? We'll get to you, Hamed. Raider from LA, what did you want to say to that?
No, what I wanted to say is about yesterday that one fly boy, whatever it was, he was talking about that Canelo dug Triple G. But if you think about it, Canelo was not fighting at the full weight limit at 160. He fought Miguel Cotto at a catch weight at 155 because Miguel Cotto, he was the one that implemented 155 because Miguel Cotto, before that fight, he fought Daniel Gil at a catch weight at 158 and Sergio Martinez at a catch weight at 159 when Canelo was fighting at 154 still. Then after that, Canelo fought Amir Khan at 155, and then Liam Smith at 154. And then he fought Chavez at 168 catch weight. Then he fought Triple G. So if you think about it, Canelo wasn't fighting at the full 160 until Julio Cesar Chavez.
And here's the thing, Raider from LA, you're just following the facts. See, this is what I'm saying. You didn't come on here with any feelings and saying, oh, I like Canelo. I think Canelo this. I feel this about Canelo. You didn't come on here with that bullshit. You came on here, laid out the facts that you had, and someone would need to go against them to say something. No one's fanboying. It's either you're pushing a narrative or you're in your fucking feelings. And you're ignoring.
But Nuke, the person that's pushing the narrative, right? If you go and listen to the playback of what they say, they were okay with a Munguia fight, a fucking Munguia fight. They said, oh yeah, Munguia's okay. Canelo can fight who he wants. But now they're saying Triple G, that's a bad fight, but you were okay with Munguia? Come on, bro.
Yo, that's crazy. What you say, Hamed?
I was just gonna say, if you were to ask everyone what was the more dangerous fight, Kovalev Canelo at 175 or Bubu Andrade blown up junior middleweight at 160, right. I'm pretty sure everyone would say Kovalev. Like, some people are saying he might bit off more than he could chew. Although I agree Kovalev was, not the guy he was 5 years ago, but still that was a dangerous fight. Kovalev still punches harder than guys like Andrade, Charlo at 160. He's the guy.
Yeah, a lot of these idiots was out here saying that Kovalev was gonna knock Canelo out. I heard it.
Wait a minute, D. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Wait a minute. You're telling me somebody said that Kovalev was going to knock Canelo out, and then when Canelo
right, bro, before that fight,
credit.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Before that fight, I heard at least 3 videos talking about Canelo was going to get stopped this time. After Canelo beat him, it was a fix. Canelo, Kovalev was paid to lose, but it was these same people.
That's narrative pushing bullshit. So let me tell everybody on the panel this. So Demetrius Andrade, right? Because this is why I think that honestly, either 1, you're trying to attack me, 2, you're trying to push a narrative, or 3, you're ignorant to the facts. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that most people don't realize. The reason why a lot of LDBC people are saying that Andrade is, being ducked by Canelo. It's simple. It's because they're pushing the same narrative they had with Charlo. So he's their new Jamal Charlo. He's their last hope. Because if Andrade can't beat Canelo, then who the fuck can? That's really what they're scared. They're scared that if Andrade can't beat him, then no one can. That's what they're scared. But you know what? I give Andrade his opportunity to give him some shots. But here's the problem. Andrade is not as slick as you think. If you really sit down and look at the film, and then you also see that Andrade got a fight that's potentially to be negotiated. I believe it was against Liam Williams coming up. And so if he's going to, and they're trying to make an offer for the UK, how do we know that that Andrade is going to dominate Liam Williams? Williams is a very improved fighter. And I'm not saying that Andrade can't win. I'm just saying, how do we know that? Because we don't know if Andrade's elite. He's not proven. He hasn't beat anybody.
Exactly. And I had an Andrade fan, or not Andrade fan, but somebody was telling me Andrade had fought better competition than Jamal Charlo at 160. He didn't even fight better competition to me than Jamal Charlo at 160, and he's not really fighting anybody.
Who is
How
Andrade
can
beaten?
Jamal hold on, wait a
Sorry.
minute, everybody. So hold on. We're saying Demetrius Andrade fought better competition at 160 than Jamal Charlo. I mean, come on. Demetrius Andrade fought the who's who of nobody. If you fighting the who's who of nobody, what's with all this sack riding about Demetrius Andrade's resume? There's literally nobody on there. Nobody on there.
And someone told me that someone told me who has the most skill like Andrade that Canelo has ever fought. I'm like, he fought Mayweather, didn't he?
I thought Trout might be more skilled, man.
And see,
I think you can make an argument.
And no one can even argue that Austin Trout could potentially be more skilled than Andrade for the simple fact is we've seen Trout tested. We've seen Trout in there with big names. We've seen Andrade in there with nobodies.
Yeah, Trout beat Cotto. Who is Andrade's best win is Vanes
Martirosyan, bro. That's come on, man. And he got dropped in the fight. Like
fuck out by Triple G.
Yeah, he went life and death with Vanes, bro.
Hold on, everybody. And then Andrade took a big shot from Walter, caught in nobody, and for the vacant title. So he beat Walter for the title, some nobody. But when he beat him, he said Walter had big power. He felt his shots. What happens if you get a counter punch by Canelo Alvarez? Is he going to be able to just eat that? Because he's not going to avoid all those shots. Because even against nobody, he's not avoiding shots.
Bro, that's why I think Jamal can knock his ass out, bro.
He got dropped by Fox.
He got dropped by Fox, Alicante Fox, and Liam Williams knocked him out, Fox out in like rounds.
Yeah, Liam Williams might beat him. I'm not lying. Liam Williams has improved. He arguably beat Liam Smith. He got screwed, I think some people thought. His first fight, people thought he got headbutted. The referee messed that up. He should have.
Even Colgate was whooping his ass, bro. Colgate was beating him up.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Like, man.
Didn't Demetrius Andrade get a split decision with Jack Colclay?
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute. Canelo's ducking a dude. They got a fucking split decision with Jack Colclay, but Sergey Deverenchenko went in there and beat his ass. Now it makes sense why this guy Demetrius Andrade walked away from the Deverenchenko fight.
Oh, Deverenchenko would have beaten him, I think, man. That was a dangerous fight.
Hey, but
what am saying? He can't get a fight. Why is he not trying to get that Deverenchenko? I guarantee you, if he offers Deverenchenko 7, 8, 9, 10 million, tell me Deverenchenko turned that shit down.
No, Andrade turned that down. That was, I think, 2 years ago, when it happened.
No, I'm just saying, if he offers Deverenchenko a big bag like he's offering Charlo,
I agree. I'm with you, Nuga. Yeah, I agree, bro.
Hey, what about when they were saying that when Canelo picked Kovalev, it was a cherry pick. But then again, if Jermell Charlo was to move up and fight Triple G, they would fucking not be saying that was a cherry pick, right?
No, they wouldn't. Nope. They congratulate him.
Yeah,
hold up. And this is for everybody that's swinging off Demetrius Andrade nuts. Listen to this and listen to me clearly. And it's not just me who knows this. These are the facts. So if you don't like it, slap the shit out yourself. But SOG says he ducked Lara for Jack Colclay. See, a lot of people don't remember. Unbiased, you know this. That he said he preferred to fight for a regular belt against Colclay than the full belt against Idris Landy Lara.
He did say that.
Duck.
That's my whole thing with this Andrade love. Like, where does it stem from? Like, where? You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude has ducked more fights than he has on his record, probably. Like, I mean, it's just sad at this point that people would get behind this guy. Like, I understand getting behind, like, Crawford, because Crawford has a track record of trying to fight the best, whereas this guy has a track record of ducking the best.
Well,
so I don't get it.
Crawford was undisputed. Crawford fought a Yuriorkis Gamboa. That was a big test for him at the time when he fought him. People were picking Gamboa. He fought, who else did he fight? Postol. People were picking Postol. So Crawford passed every test that he's been put in there. There was people who even said he would struggle. He would struggle facing Jeff Horn, and he blew him the fuck out. So you can't, only a dumbass, an idiot, or a moron would compare Terrence Bud Crawford to Demetrius Boo-Boo Andrade. And I like Demetrius Andrade. I think he's a good fighter, and I think that he just simply needs a step-up fight. But to push a narrative or an agenda to say that Canelo's ducking him, that's either you're uninformed, you're stupid, or you're just a complete dumbass to slap the shit out of yourself and your mom.
Why didn't why didn't Andrade fight guys like Lara, Trout, when he
Right.
got Showtime? He didn't fight anyone. Like, I think it's like some people are just pushing that narrative. Like the guy,
Bro, hey Hamid, I exposed the simple fact that this dude took money not to fight Jermell. Like
yeah.
that's a fact. And that's a lawsuit. There's literally paperwork on Andrade ducking Jermell. Like this dude is it's honestly
But would you say
pathetic.
Jamal is ducking now? Though I've seen, I don't know. With Charlo, he's the one who looks like he's ducking now. So with that, I think you can go back and forth. So, but in
Hey.
other instances,
But Jamal and Andrade are in the same boat, man. They're both fighting empty butt like hands. You know what I mean?
But
yeah,
at least Jamal, at least we could say this about Jamal. Jamal fought the dude that Andrade ducked in Matt Korobov. He fought him.
when did Andrade? When was
Because
Andrade
okay,
to fight that guy?
Matt Korobov. You know when Quillen he pulled out of the
yeah.
fight with Matt Korobov.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Then they offered Andrade the
What
fight.
happened? Andrade.
Hey, I'm
pulled
biased.
out.
I'm biased, but what about Charlo ducking also Andrade's offer?
I agree.
That's what I was saying.
Jamal's ducking that, and I don't know why, because I think he can knock him out, in my opinion. So
They both should
I
fight
don't
each
get it.
other, man.
They both should
They
fight
both-
each other. And then we can engage them a little bit better. You know what I mean?
But you know what it is though with Jamal? It's PBC.
Yeah.
With PBC, that's how it is. Wilder turned it down 120, and then 7. Now Jamal 7 mil. Cal Naki turned it down to AJ. Ortiz turned it down the highest payday. It just seems like a reoccurring thing with those guys. Just to stay put, they'll stay on the same network and take less money. I don't get it.
Deez, what was your What was your follow up to that?
No, I was just saying that it's the PBC thing, bro. You know, these guys pulling out of fights or not taking these fights that don't make any sense. I mean, look, at the end of the day, you can't run out here talking about man down promotion, Lions Den promotion, and then there's always reasons why it's got to be the PBC. So I hold these guys accountable, but I know damn well it's the PBC telling them not to take certain fights because they've been historically not taking the fights that we all want to see. You understand what I'm saying? It's the PBC way, bro. It's the PBC way. All of this nonsense, Charlo talking all this nonsense, but you turn out the 2 best fights in your career, both of them. You could have took either of them, and you took neither of them. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It makes no sense, bro. None of this shit makes no sense. And any of these fucking idiots out here that's going to get behind Demetrius Andrade, what has he fucking done, bro? This is my whole thing with Demetrius Andrade. What the fuck? If all of these guys, if Demetrius Andrade and Canelo retire today, Canelo will be talked about for 50 years, and Demetrius Andrade will be a fucking memory. And that's the facts.
Hey, didn't the zone offer Kawanaki like 1.5 million or something like that, and then he turns it down and he's over there fucking making like 100 grand to fight Helenes?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm not even sure, but it makes perfect sense.
Hold on. My brother
It's the PBC way.
Hold on, D, real quick. My brother stepped in the building. Mr. Two Hands Up. The truth. The one and only. Two Hands. You want to speak to him, my brother?
Salute. What's up with y'all, man? What's going on?
What's up, fam?
What up?
Chilling, man. What we talking about?
Man, we talking about everything. We're talking about resumes with Andrade. We're talking about Errol Spence and Crawford. Is he trying to age Crawford out till the end of next year when Crawford's 34? Will Errol Spence get beat by Danny Garcia? Is Canelo running from Demetrius Andrade and Charlo? We're just talking about all this shit, man.
I don't think, to be perfectly honest, dog, I'm starting to think Errol Spence ain't never going to fight again.
Wow.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I saw that video, and that's exactly what came to my mind. I'm like, this dude, he seemed like he got CTE right now, bro.
Yeah, like, he just seemed real off, man. And then the more and more I look at him and shit, and then in the video, this man, like, he was just super delirious, bro. But it's just like the more and more I look at him, and then just the way he acting and shit like that, bro. He don't even look right in his head, bro. Let alone, like, I don't see that man. I don't see him getting in the ring. I don't see him even getting in the ring. Like, the way he looked right now, bump 6 months, bump the next year. I don't even see him fighting, bro. Like, for real.
So let me ask you this. Two Hands, because I'm curious. is and this is why I'm biased in Two Hands and D, everybody. Is Errol Spence slurring his words because, you know, is this from the accident, or is this because he could potentially be drinking and shit again? Like, what's causing the slurring? Because him acting all weird and everything. What's going on with the slurring in his voice?
Bro,
Probably both.
It could be the damage from the accident. It could be, you know, people don't think about that new set of teeth he got in his mouth, or
New
it could
set of
be
teeth wouldn't do it like that though.
or it could be a combination of all three. To tell you
New
the truth,
new set of
he's
teeth
playing
wouldn't-
the clubs so far.
I'm telling you right now.
What's the
New
chance
set of
he's
teeth
not picking
wouldn't
up a drink?
Hold on. What were you saying, Two Hands?
I'm gonna tell you right now, new set of teeth wouldn't make you slur like that. Like that shit, the way he's slurring and the way he talking, like it could have been something that happened in that damn accident that, you know what I'm saying, that like we don't know. Like that man could have
That's a
like
fact.
seized out. He could have seized out when he got thrown from that car in the concrete, don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? But like you could just see it in his eyes, man. He looked tired. His eyes look tired, man. He looked slow. Like he just talking he just talking delirious shit, bro. Like
Yeah, because even Bob Arum said that he heard from some sources like close people to Errol Spence that he might not ever fight again. So something might be wrong with him, you know?
Absolutely. So if you got to fight it, even if you knew your fighter couldn't fight again, and that's your marquee guy, whatever, you wouldn't just jump right out there and be like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't never gonna fight again. It'll ruin him. It'll ruin him. It'll ruin you in some kind of sense, man. I think they're trying to just stretch it out a little bit. They trying to put some.
I agree.
They're trying to put some time in between it.
And the way he's talking, if he goes in and fights Danny, and I mean, in my opinion, he doesn't look like he's even close to being fight ready. The coronavirus thing is, you know, slows down the process. But I don't think Danny should be the first fight back. That's just my opinion.
Absolutely
you think Danny
not.
slaughters him?
Absolutely not. You could punch something wrong in that joint, bro. In the video, he said, you know what I'm saying? He said, he was like, man, he's like, got thrown out the Ferrari, bounced off the concrete, lost my teeth and everything. I'm like, bro, who would say that? Who would just jump on a video and just say that, man? Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I agree. I think he should listen. For me, I think he should just take his time, ease his way back into the sport. And nothing's wrong with that, right? You know, I'm not going to criticize him as long as he comes out and says that. Then I'm like, okay, I'm on board with that. You know what I'm saying?
So who
that would make sense.
Who should he fight next then?
Well, he might be fighting Danny or Manny next.
I'll tell you right now, bro. I watched the same video Mr. Two Hands talking about. Bro, just the whole maturity level of this dude, bro. Like, Spence ain't no fucking young kid, bro. He in that video acting like he 22 years old, bro. Just the dumb shit he's saying. It was crazy. I'm telling you, it was crazy.
I agree. I think he should listen. For me, I think he should just take his time, ease his way back into the sport. And nothing's wrong with that, right? You know, I'm not going to criticize him. Somebody got playback. But I'm like, okay, I'm on board with that. You know what I'm saying? That would make sense.
Who should he fight next then?
Well, he might be fighting Danny or Manny.
Yo, D, you got hella feedback.
I'll tell you right now, bro.
Yeah, D, you're tripping. We're gonna move on from that. I don't know what the hell that was. I thought the coronavirus had infected our live stream. Mr. IOTPA, what do you think about this Errol Spence situation, my brother? I know you right there in the heart of all of this stuff.
Man, shout out to everybody, man, on IBF. Shout out to Nuke, a.k.a. the landlord. I appreciate you bringing me on. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Man, I don't know what to say, bro. I just know it don't look right. You know, it's just something about Errol Spence. When you look at that guy like 3 or 4 years ago, and you look at him now, it just don't look right. I ain't no doctor. You know, I can't read into the future to just look into him and say, oh, he's okay or anything like that. It's just yet to be determined. You know, we got to see. You know, I could come up with my opinion and say, oh, he don't look right. But then when we see him in the ring, he may perform and we may be like this and that. But just like hearing him talk, you know, just seeing the way he moving right now, it just don't look right.
That's very true, man. I mean, he looked off completely. And my thing is, my only concern from Errol Spence is, look, I don't think that they would let him just come in and clear him if he just had all these issues. I'm starting to think maybe this partying shit is coming back into play. I know it seems crazy to think that, but think about it. He's every social media post he's with Yellow Beezy. He's at the club or doing some other shit, dancing with another man at the corner. I mean, two hands I'm by. Am I crazy for thinking this shit? Like,
Nah,
he
not at
could
all,
be
bro.
back on his partying shit?
Not at all, bro. To be perfectly honest, I don't even think he was even cleared to spar or do anything yet. What he's been cleared to do is have a whole bunch of time on his hands. So he running around with rappers, he in clubs, he probably drinking, chilling, he probably living his best life for real. And he probably, who knows, man? He a prisoner of his own thoughts right now, man. A lot just happened to that man in a very short amount of time, bro. Like, I seriously don't think that man has touched the gym. He probably ain't even been inside the gym yet, bro.
Hey, and he also got into an altercation with that rapper and almost jumped that dude. I mean, LTBA, you're in Texas, so you would know more about the situation than me. But it just looks like he's being influenced by the wrong people, in my opinion. He should get focused again.
It's just what the thing is. It's these guys. Like, a lot of people want to say, Floyd Mayweather made these guys like that. No, he didn't, because he didn't. If he made these guys want to have a good time, okay. But these guys took that. They didn't take the work ethic that he also brought along with that. And it's just sad. Like I tell everybody, when I'm talking about boxing, this is this generation of boxing right here. It's only gonna be a few. Remember, this is like the weakest era of boxing that I could think of.
And I can't even disagree with you. I mean, you got a lot of bitch-made fighters. I mean, you look at a guy like Wilder. Wilder could have been something special. Imagine if Deontay Wilder would have just worked on a little bit of footwork, just a strong jab. He would have been a fucking problem for anybody. And now he's in desperation mode, trying not to get knocked the fuck out again by Tyson Fury.
Yo, LTBA, it got so bad, bro. These dudes are signing a petition for Deontay Wilder to get his belt back without even having to fight. It's that bad.
I know, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, the rhetoric you see, Deontay Wilder clearly got his. I'm talking about clearly. There ain't even no other way you can look at. The man got beat, and this is what's crazy to me. Like this is boxing. We didn't grow off of boxing of watching these fighters be undefeated. We grew up watching these fighters come up off wins and losses, bro. Instead of these dudes out here crying when they celebrated, when Anthony Joshua, another black man, lost to Andy Ruiz, they celebrated. But when Deontay Wilder lose, they're crying, bro, and they're trying to push this narrative on gloves and stuff. It's just sickening. This is the weak era of boxing.
So, I mean, let me ask you guys, who do you think, think about it like this. When Canelo Alvarez lost to Floyd, there's no shame in that. When AJ lost to Ruiz, there's no shame in that shit. So why are these guys picking fights to not take any L's? Because they're trying to preserve the bag by being undefeated? There was no shame in Regis Prograis losing to Josh Taylor. There's no shame in it. Well, I mean, what do you think about that, Two-Hand?
Man, what? Just no shame in
Who was
like
that question
catching the L? Yeah, dog. Like, yeah, there ain't no shame in catching the L, bro. Like, honestly, it's really how you bounce back from it at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if you really taking on, this is the way I feel about losses. If you out there taking on the toughest opposition that's possibly in your division or the toughest opposition around you, trying to be the best fighter you possibly could be and make the best of your name, then it really don't matter if you catch an L, because it was bound to happen anyway, bro. You're not going to roll through the best opposition and not come out unscathed. You're going to catch a couple scratches going through there. So, I mean, like, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But if you just not going to improve, you can't get better. If you're just going to lay down. If you're just going to lay down, then you got to expect, you know what's going to come with that.
So, you know what the reality of it is too, is that it was no shame in Deontay Wilder losing to Tyson Fury, but the shame came when his fans and himself start making all these damn excuses. If you took this shit like a man, got back in the gym, tried to do better, accept the fucking loss, you wouldn't be catching so much grief. But y'all acting like little bitches, making all these excuses and shit. Man, that's why it's shameful for him. That's why the loss is shameful for him.
I don't think they even know what they really doing right now for real. They gonna make it. It's already hard for Deontay Wilder to come outside the way it is anyway. But these dudes like the Young Pharaohs and the LDBC with the petitions and all of that stuff, they gonna make it so hard for this dude to come outside, bro, because he's already made every excuse in the world. Now you challenging the integrity of, you know what I'm saying, the NSAC. You challenge the integrity of, you know, coaches, judges, referees. Like, bruh, that man better knock everything out that he go in front of when he jump in the ring, or he will never get another decision again in his life, bruh. They ruining it for him.
Now, you know what it is that I think, man, these people actually thought that Wilder was the one, you know? They thought that, you know, he's the one, the chosen one. And they couldn't believe it when he died. It's like when, you know, like when somebody close to you dies, you can't believe it. So there has to be a reason why he lost. That's what they think. There has to be a reason because they thought he was the one, the chosen one. That's what I think.
That's real sad though on their behalf then, because it's like, what type of boxing fan are you? If you truly believe that Deontay Wilder is a chosen one and you know his skill set is just monster lackluster.
Two hands. They made it more than boxing, right? They made this guy a civil rights movement figure. You know what I'm saying? It's for them.
Absolutely, but at the end of the day, it's gonna have to fall back on the boxing, because you're gonna get exposed in the area of the boxing. So it's just like you're gonna look crazy going across the board. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna look extra crazy when he gets washed, like right now. Then you talk about your channels, like your so-called expert opinions. That shit goes out the window. You losing subscribers and all types of shit. Like y'all just it's only gonna hurt you at the end of the day.
Look.
Yeah, they still telling their subs that he cheated, and that's why he lost. But we all know if you have eyes, you saw why he lost. You saw it.
Hold on. Leroy Latrell said, y'all hating on Wilder, even though he have the best record in knockout percentage in history. Facts. Two hands. I know that had to be for you, my brother. He was trying to say you hating.
Oh my God, bro! Look, I'm telling you, it gets to a point where it gets to the point where I get exhausted, like combating these clowns. Like, bruh, Wilder is 1,000% trash, man. You tell me one good fighter Deontay Wilder has fought. I will tell you what his name is. His name is Tyson Fury, and that boy whooped his ass twice. He's only got about two good rounds out of that man. So what? So out of what 24 rounds, Tyson Fury done beat his ass 22 out of 20.
You have to come back, my brother. Your stream keep cutting in and out. So we're gonna let Unbiased and everybody else analysts come right back. Two hands.
Yeah, you know, and anybody looks good if they beat up on fucking tomato cans, you know.
Sure. Shit, man.
Two hands. Come right back out. Come out and come back in. Look, I'm gonna take this. D, you want to take this Unbiased, or should I take this right away?
Go ahead, Luke. Go ahead.
Okay. Given the fact about Deontay Wilder is not hating, having the best record in knockout percentage in history means nothing when you're fighting my grandpa. It doesn't fucking matter if you knocked out my grandpa and you got a great knockout percentage because you rematched him at the retirement home. That doesn't fucking matter. But you know what? What does matter is when you step up in competition to a decent fighter to try to make your, defend your belt against somebody who's at the elite level, the level you've been saying you've at, because this is a Wilder who's never unified. Never fucking unified. Everybody was supposed to make a fight with Klitschko, ducked him. AJ, ducked him. I mean, what's the point? The guy he never even fucking fought Charles Martin. They say the PBC got all this money. He never even fought Charles Martin.
Hey, yo, check it out. Have you guys seen that article says givemesports.com on Wilder's his record, like who he's fought?
No, I haven't seen it.
All right, check it out. I have it right here. His first fight against Ethan Cox wasn't ranked. Second, wasn't ranked. Third fight wasn't ranked. Fourth fight ranked 339 in the world. Fifth fight wasn't ranked. Sixth wasn't ranked. Seventh wasn't ranked. Eighth wasn't ranked. Ninth, 399th ranked. 10th wasn't ranked. 11th wasn't ranked. 12 wasn't ranked. 13 wasn't ranked. 14 wasn't ranked. 15 wasn't ranked. 16 wasn't
Ridiculous.
ranked. 17th ranked 304th. 18th wasn't ranked. 19th ranked 489th. 20 wasn't ranked. 21st ranked 368. 22nd ranked 492. 23rd wasn't ranked. 24th ranked 310th. Let me see. 25th ranked 357. 26 wasn't ranked. 27th fight 300 ranked 325. 28th fight ranked 136. 29th ranked 43rd.
Okay, that's enough. So basically, we're just going through the tomato can aisle at the local grocery store.
Yep. When he started getting into so 33rd, Bermain Stavern was ranked 4th. But before that, it was all in the hundreds or not ranked. Then 34th ranked Eric Molina with 37th. Then Tuluapas 34th. Arthur Spilka 24th. Chris Arioli ranked 43rd. Gerald Washington 41st. Bermain Stavern, the second time he fought, he wasn't unranked. And then you get Ortiz and Fury. So he's fighting unranked and fucking boxers, dog.
Okay,
Basically,
that's a pretty good point, but come on, man. Like, I want to get at Nuke, man. Salute to everybody. Salute to Nuke to letting me on, bro.
Oh my God!
Hey, no, hold on, bro. Like, let me speak, man.
Fuck out of here.
Like, I agree with everything that what Nuke was saying about Andre. I 100% agree. Like, I've been saying that for years, and that's consistent. But I felt disgusted, bro. I almost threw up my food, bro, when you brought Errol Spence, man. I think Errol Spence, bro, he deserves the respect for what he's brought to the sport of boxing, man. And he's gonna come back, bro. And I don't know where you guys get that from, that he's punch drunk or he's drunk. Like, come on, bro. Like, don't do that to Errol Spence, bro.
You know what they tell you when you go through rehabilitation? They tell you to stay away from the element that you were in. This motherfucker been in the clubs, bro. Frequent the clubs. This is the element that he was in when he flipped the goddamn car. It's a 9 out of 10 chance that he drinking again if he's back in that fucking element. Are you serious right now?
Hey, bro, I've been to the club,
Man, he in that
bro,
joint
and
stumbling
sometimes I
around
don't
like
drink, man.
weekend parties
Sometimes
and shit.
you're just chilling in the background, bro, and that's it, bro. You don't got to drink, bro.
Well, how you chilling in the background when you dancing with your dude on Instagram? That ain't chilling in the background, bro.
I don't know about that, man. I haven't seen that video, so
I mean,
really
it's right on Instagram for everybody to see. We don't make this stuff up, Hefe. See, that's the thing. When you come on here, we don't make this stuff up, bro.
Well, I'm not saying you're making it up, bro, but I don't see negative shit. Bro.
You said you wanted to come at me over the Errol Spence stuff. You know, I wasn't really even the one that said that Errol Spence wouldn't make the comeback. That was really kind of two hands and unbiased. So if you were going to come at somebody, you really wanted to come at those gentlemen for that. Right. And Nita also reminds you, you have a picture of Errol Spence Jr. on your profile.
That's facts. What does that have to do with it?
Hey, El Jefe, you know El Jefe, you saw that picture of Errol Spence with a dude.
No, but like unbiased, he's
wait. On top of that, man.
Wait 1 second. Go for it, unbiased. Unbiased, the floor is yours.
Okay, what about that video with Errol Spence that came out where he, after the club, chased down him and his goons? With Yellow Beezy and his goons. They chased down some dude after the club, and this was like weeks ago. Can you please speak on that, El Jefe?
Oh man, that's just normal street shit, bro. That happens every day in the clubs. After the clubs, bro, there's brawls, but at the end of the day, you just shake it off, shake hands, and go back home, bro. That's how Texas is, man.
So as a professional athlete, unless inebriated, you probably wouldn't follow suit to that, especially with all the things that you've been through. But if you're inebriated, if you're under the influence, you're probably going to go along with the game. So yeah, it's regular street shit, the same streets I've been in. And that's how it works. When you're in the club, you drunk, everything lit, you feeling it, you turn the fuck up, then you chase niggas down. If not, if you're laying in the background, like you say, El Jefe, and you're just sitting back enjoying the music and the scene, and then you go home, you have more sense on your head not to do some dumb shit like that. But here you go, up here, you condoning it. Oh, that's just regular street shit, man.
No, bro, I'm not condoning it, but I understand that lifestyle, man. It's something that Spence is going through. He's gonna come out, bro. He's already a unified champ. So, like, what really are we?
Come out
asking
of
from Spence?
come out of the closet,
Terrence
or what?
Crawford. Bro, he caught out Terrence Crawford on that IG video. I don't know if you guys seen it.
How you gonna come out if you're doing everything to stay in?
What do you mean?
Well, wait a minute. This is scaring me. Raider from LA and El Jefe sound a lot alike. Is that just me or?
We get that shit all the time. Man.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
They do sound alike, but LA done bodied El Jefe plenty of times, dude. LA done bodied El Jefe plenty of times.
Now, I know Raider from LA knows his shit. I know for a fact that El Jefe, he's just on here to fanboy Pharaoh Spence. But El Jefe, what do you think about this Andrade Canelo situation? You never elaborated on your thoughts on that shit. What do you think about that? Is anybody ducking? What's going on?
Bro, ain't nobody ducking shit, bro. Andrade has an opportunity. I don't know if you remember that Canelo was negotiating with Andrade before Kovalev. And what did Andrade say? You guys remember?
No, what did he say?
He said it wasn't enough time and there wasn't enough money, some shit like that, bro. And that's why they moved on to Kovalev. So this Andrade dude is, and if you really look at his track record, bro, this dude's been ducking fights.
Wait. Where'd you see that? Because if that's a fact, if that is a fact, what you're saying, El Jefe, then all these Andrade fans, they pretty much canceled.
Well,
it's a fact, man.
Hold on.
Where can we find that?
With El Jefe saying it, I got to take it with a grain of salt. But just like I'm by saying, if that is a fact and we can verify it, all of these dudes talking about Andrade nonstop, you can go ahead and get up, get off your knees, wipe off your knees, wipe your mouth off, and we finna present you with some facts. So let's start with this, El Jefe. Where did you get that from?
I think I got it from Bat Left Hook. I need to find the article, bro, but like you got to give me time, and I'll most likely upload a video on my channel and breaking it down the whole situation, bro. So any Andrade fans that want smoke, bro, they know where they could find me at, man. Even the Batman could get the smoke.
Hey, when you come on here, with your shit in hand, already ready, bro. Don't come spit
bro.
No, bro. It ain't no bro. Listen, you on a panel full of men now. I know you just turned 21, but we're gonna welcome you into manhood. Okay? When you come on here, you come with receipts. You come with receipts. Don't do no shit like that, because that's a big fact. And if you can prove that, shout out to you. But don't come on here with no ifs, man. You come on here with receipts.
Hold on, FA. You made yourself look like a moron. And because, I think Unbiased, me, Two Hands D, Raider from LA, we're pretty knowledgeable about this shit. And I don't ever remember hearing that particular thing. That sounds like a feeling, not a fucking fact. Unbiased, do you anything like this shit?
I don't, because if I could have remembered that, I would have brought that shit up already. Like that would have ethered every single talking point right there. So El Jefe, man, if that's true, I need you to produce some evidence of that.
Hey, Jefe, you're probably mistaking that by Caleb Plant.
Hold on. I got it.
Let's go by patterns.
Hold on, everybody. Miguel Mojica says he's confusing it with Sergey Deverenchenko. Is that what you're doing? You're confusing it with Sergey Deverenchenko?
Nah, man, because remember Deverenchenko didn't want to smoke, and then they went to Charlo. That's when Oscar De La Hoya is now bring that up, the Charlo situation. And then they went to Demetrius Andrade, bro. But I need to find that.
Hey, unless you're confusing with Caleb Plant.
Bro, just put it. I don't know if you guys have a computer in front of you, bro, but just put it on Google, bro. And it should come out, man. So people got to learn how to do their own research, man.
Two Hands, what's going on with El Jefe, man? What the hell is this shit?
Man, I told y'all stop letting that boy come up here off them bath salts, man. El Jefe on drugs right now, man.
Hey, El Jefe, you know,
Spence was dancing with you, me, bro. Even if you guys don't believe me, let's go by the patterns, and I'm sure you guys could connect the dots. I'm sure you guys did that, right? As kids, connecting the dots and shit, bro. Okay, let's connect the dots real quick, man. Yes or no? Did Andre
Let's
duck
talk
Lara?
about that Captain Marvel picture you got on your profile.
Bro, hold on, bro. Did Andre duck Lara? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, he
that's one dot. Did Andre duck the Charlos? Yes or no?
I remember him ducking Jamel.
At
Jamel,
154.
I
At
can't say
154.
Jamal. Jamal, I don't know about that. Jamel, yeah.
he ducked him, and Jamel, he looked like Andrade ducked Jamel, but not Jamal.
Okay, let's move on. Did he duck Derevchenko
Yes.
for the vacant belt?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's 3 fucking ducks, bro. So how could anybody be ducking this bum ass dude from Rhode Island, man? Come on, bro. I put him in the same space I put Terrence Crawford, bro. Like, and that's facts.
Whoa. There's not going to be any Terrence Crawford blasphemy on the channel. I'm not going to do any of that shit.
El Jefe, man. Get that damn Captain Marvel picture off your profile, man. For real, bro. You bugging right now, son. You bugging. What you mean, Terrence Crawford, bro? What are you talking about?
They're both cloud chasing. They're both stuck in a secluded place.
Oh my God,
they're both they both use the supposed fights are gonna get as leverage to sign with a big promoter. So it's a pattern, bro. I see with these dudes. Oh, even Andre ducked Jacobs. What? Supposedly because they're friends, similar to how Bud is ducking Porter, man. So these fools ain't gonna fraud me up, man. Fuck these dudes, bro.
El Jefe, you know what clout means?
Bro, come on.
I'm asking you a question, my boy. You know what clout is?
And you guys know it's true, bro, because you guys haven't said shit. So that's how I know it's true. You guys are coming up with this corny ass shit, but that's true. Andre and that bum from Omaha, bro. The same shit to me.
Okay, I'm gonna have to let you go, El Jefe. I'm gonna let DT3 on real quick, man.
That's facts.
I'll bring you back later, El Jefe, because right now you just talking out your asshole. Salute to DT3, the bull man.
Oh shit, that was a good one. You got me. Yeah, he was talking out his ass. What's up, everybody? What's up with y'all?
What's up?
What's going on? I don't know where he got that Crawford shit from, but okay. But I was gonna speak on the Errol Spence thing real quick. I found out that I'll tell you this. I had to tell you guys Nuke D2 and Unbiased who the source is outside of YouTube. I'll tell you the source later. But I found out that Errol Spence was at when he was at the club, it was his girlfriend's birthday party. That's what I was told. How much truth that is, I don't know. But that was the justification for why he was in the club birthday party, baby mama birthday party. Errol Spence, factually, feel free to do your own research. Errol Spence, before he gets in the car, has to take a breathalyzer. He cannot drink. If he drinks, he's under legal ramifications. He cannot drink. He cannot have any alcohol whatsoever. So every time he gets in the car, whether passenger or driver, he's getting a breathalyzer test to make sure his levels are straight. So Errol Spence ain't drinking. He having teeth problems.
So this sounds like, hold on, wait 1 second. So this all comes from. Hold on, this all comes from Errol having damage from the car crash, not from drinking. So Errol Spence could really be damaged from the car crash because teeth is not making you slur like that. It has to be something else.
I agree. I think it's something else. I think it's the accident, and I was told it's from the accident and his new teeth. That's why he's talking like that.
Man, I don't know if you could get tests on the passenger side. I ain't never heard it either.
All you gotta do is just jump in a different car, man. You can just jump in anybody else's car, just not riding your car, and you can get as drunk as you want.
Yeah, because there's videos of him online actually rolling with everybody out to the club and places like that, and he's getting in the back seat with females and stuff. So maybe that's it.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to talk to old boy about that because I didn't know that one. I didn't know that one. The Boo Boo Andrade thing, I think Boo Boo is at this point, I was a very big advocate of Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade until now. I think Boo Boo Andrade is pricing himself out. This is just my personal opinion. I think he's pricing himself out. I think Boo Boo Andrade really is looking at himself to be higher than what he is. And I don't think he sells. I don't think he sells. I don't think he ain't selling. How many venues has Boo Boo Andrade sold out by himself?
None.
So I mean, I look at it like I think he priced himself out. What did it for me, and I'm gonna say this, and you guys go with say whatever, but I feel like no fighter, it's not too many fighters. I'm gonna say no fighter. It's not very many fighters, if any fighters, that want to really fight like that. When I was, and I'll go back as far as to the Corey Spinks Zab Judah fight. And a lot of people don't realize that Zab Judah took a pay cut to fight Corey Spinks the second time. Corey Spinks got paid $1.2 million for that fight, and Zab Judah only got paid $100,000 for that fight, and he fought him in hostile territory. Fighters will not do that today. And it was proven that Deontay Wilder went to Alan Heyman and said that he wanted Tyson Fury. So if Wilder wants to make a fight, or if any of these fighters want to make a fight, the fight will happen. So the reason why the Joshua Wilder fight didn't happen is because Wilder don't want that fight. And the reason why the Errol Spence and Crawford fight isn't happening, in my opinion, is because Errol Spence don't really want that fight right now, in my opinion.
ET3 just broke that shit down for you boys. D, Unbiased too, and you guys got a response?
Man, I just say this. I say Errol Spence ain't taking no fights because that nigga can't fight, man. I'm telling you, that nigga head is fucked up. Like, son, I'm telling you, I don't think son ever gonna box again for real. Son gonna have to hit the ring and prove me wrong. Like, cause like he looking real bad neurologically over there. Something ain't right.
Who is his mandatory? Because I heard, and remember this, fellas. Remember this now. I heard that Errol Spence's next opponent is going to be a mandatory. Who that mandatory will be, I don't know. Because I don't know who his mandatories are. But I did hear that his next opponent will be mandatory.
His mandatory is Danny. Yeah, because he fought Red Catch for a mandatory status, which is bullshit. And then
who is his IBF mandatory?
He's fighting his IBF is fighting Lipinets.
You got feedback, son.
You got a little feedback, DT3.
The headphones, man. I had to take the headphones out.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that, at this point, Errol Spence, I don't know. He's going to have to make a believer out of all of us that he's ready for that next level and that he can come in and fight and be himself, who he was. And I mean, think about how bad it is that people are still speculating where you're drinking or not because you keep being seen in places you shouldn't fucking be. What happened to the guys being in the gym, dedicating themselves to their craft and their family? He wants to be a partier. He's 30 years old. He wants to be at the fucking club instead of putting in work. And this is probably the most crucial time in his career to be on his grind. This is what Andre Ward preached against, saying you need to be dedicated to your craft, not the club, not the fame, not the money, not the publicity. This fucking guy is not dedicated to the craft. That's why when you see guys compare him to Floyd Mayweather and Terrence Crawford, he's not built like those guys. Those guys are a different and a rare breed.
Hey, and the WBC has I think Porter at number 1 right now rated, but I don't know if it got mandated or not.
I mean, it just all comes down to this with me, bro. It's like if you got ejected out your car, if you got ejected out your Ferrari, thrown down the damn street, humiliated in front of the damn world, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not something you're gonna be standing in front of the mirror, like poking your chest out, gloating about, fam. Like, I mean, you will be happy to be alive, bro, but you're not flexing about losing your teeth and getting bounced off the concrete. That's not something a normal, rational individual does. And I'm sure, like, if he had any, like, his PR team would tell him the same thing. Like, so that just lets you know right there. That's awkward behavior. It shows the individual that's a little off. It shows the individual that might be smoking a little something, sniffing a little something, partaking in a little something, drinking a little something. Like, that's just not normal behavior, bro. What I saw in that video was not normal behavior. And then when you see him when he was leaving the Tyson Fury event, you could tell he just looked kind of just like spaced out. Like it's just something ain't right with
Exactly.
that boy, man.
And that's in 2 hands. That's my whole thing. Like I think the worst mixture for Earl Spence is Hennessy and a supercar. You know what I mean? And I hope he thinks that he could just benefit himself by not going to the club. It doesn't make sense to me why he would want to go into that atmosphere if he has no intention to even pick up a drink. He may be an alcoholic. We don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but you know what? Two hands. Hey, 2 hands, real quick. I think.
Raider, 1 second. I got to ask Unbiased this real quick. Do you think that Errol Spence Jr. should relinquish his belt if he's unable to fight in the summer, or should he just, stick with it for longer? Because, I mean, if this is a longer recovery time, should he relinquish his belt? Should he give them up? Should he give somebody an opportunity to fight for those belts?
I think so, man. I think if he needs AAA meetings, I think he should take those, relinquish the belt, put the cup down, and just get his body correct and go back to the gym, because alcohol is, when you're addicted to alcohol, it's a serious thing.
I mean,
I tell you, like, the IBF will take that belt from him eventually, but WBC, who knows?
Bro, if he don't fight by September, they're gonna be ready to take them belts away.
Well, the IBF.
Hey, 2 hands. I kind of agree with you. You know why? Because Spence, before, you guys remember that fool used to make all kinds of videos all the time. Not him, but he was always on the public talking. You always see him all kinds of videos, and maybe his team knows something's wrong with him. Be like, hey man, don't do no videos or none of that shit. Stay away.
Yeah, bro, because think about it. How many videos? You don't see this man dropping no videos. The only time we seen him in videos when he wasn't supposed to. And that's because somebody else took the video. This time he went out of his way to let us know that he got bounced off of the concrete like we didn't already know that. Like he lost, that he lost all of his teeth like we didn't already know that. But that was just speculation up until he confirmed it for us in that video. Like if you listen close, that's what he said in the video while he was slurring. He was like, I got bounced up off the curb, lost my teeth and everything, but fuck it, we going ball. Like, wow. You mean to tell me that's what you're doing right now? You can't, bro. Something's not right, man. Something ain't right. And I mean, honest, and bro, I say that, and I say that by saying this. I don't wish nothing bad on Errol Spence, but I done seen people that have been in certain situations like this before, bruh. And when they acting like that, bruh, it's something else going on. So if I got other people that been in situations like that with accidents, and it was something deeper going on with them, it's got to be something deeper going on with him too.
That's a fact. He's not, usually when you see Earl Spence in his pictures or videos, he's wearing like that man purse thing that he always wears. And he's not really wearing that as often. So I'm just saying something to me seems off. For me, I think he should just train, get himself fit, and just take an easy fight. If that means relinquishing the belt so you don't got to fight a Danny Garcia, because to me, that's a dangerous fight. You know what I'm saying? Just be yourself, wear your purses. And be yourself. That's my advice for Spence.
That's facts.
You man will come out. Absolutely.
And who knows how would he react when he gets hit? Like when his head shakes, his brain shakes.
Yeah, that's what I said time and time again, bro. We don't know what we're gonna get at. It doesn't matter what Spence says. Man, I know that dude lost his teeth, so he hit his jaw extremely hard. That's number one. Number two, he hit his head somewhere, bro, getting tossed out of that car. They didn't have him do all of that shit for nothing when he got to the hospital. So Spence doesn't even know what he can take. He could get in there and get his ass slammed the fuck out by Danny Garcia.
Yep. And then the super fight is Danny Garcia versus Terrence Crawford.
Which is a wash. Terrence Crawford will beat the shit out of Danny Garcia.
Man, Terrence Crawford is stopping Danny Garcia. He's putting Danny Garcia in the ICU. That Danny Garcia is too flat-footed. Terrence Crawford's going to rip him apart. Danny Garcia is going to run from that like hell. If he somehow beats Errol Spence, he's going to vacate those belts, go up to 154. He is not going to stay at 147 for no Terrence Crawford smoke. If you thought Spence was ducking, You don't want to know what the fuck Danny Garcia is going to do. At least Sean Porter got enough nuts to fight him. Sean Porter would fight him. Ugas would fight him. Spence might eventually fight him. But there's no fucking way Danny Garcia is going to fight Terrence Crawford. I just don't see it happen. You're going to have to give him $100 million type of Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua type of deal to get that ring.
Danny Garcia would rather fight off the coronavirus 100 times before getting in the ring with Terrence Crawford once.
Yo, so wait, so you said Earl Spence called out Crawford yesterday on Instagram? Didn't he do that or not? Am I tripping?
Nah, I didn't see that.
Or didn't he say he was gonna fight him next year or some shit like that?
Yeah, he was either gonna be 2020 or 21 or something.
I didn't hear him say that.
Yeah, he said he was going to fight him later this year or next year.
Yeah.
One thing, me neither. You know what I noticed about Spence, man? He only talks about Bud when he has like alcohol in him, so it could be like liquid courage type thing. And yesterday he was slurring his words, so he could have been drinking yesterday. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like these dudes ain't finna scrap, man. It's all a publicity stunt, man. It's all to get attention and views, man. That's all what it's for. Like, if these fighters really wanted to fight, bro, you wouldn't be hearing about them talking about it on social media. You'll be seeing the pressers. You'll be seeing the advertisements. You'll be hearing about it actually happening. All these dudes is talking about it, but at the end of the day, they tell you if the fight gonna happen, talk to Al. If you want to make the fight, talk to Al. Don't talk to Errol. Talk to Al. Because Errol could tell you, I'm going to fight him next year. And Al Hammond say, no, you ain't. You fighting him in 2024.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
What was your question, Raider from LA?
Nah, I just wanted to see, what do you guys think about? I know we've been talked about it before. Teofimo and Lomachenko, man. That's the fight that everybody wants to see right now, man. That's a 50-50 fight right there. What do you guys think?
Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? I haven't seen a presser. I haven't seen an advertisement. I haven't seen nothing about this fight. Is it going to happen?
Well, maybe because of the coronavirus. What I heard, that there was a deal made, like a verbal agreement at the Garden.
I know for a fact. I know for a fact the fight is supposed to go down May 30th. It's just the coronavirus is kind of messing that up right now because they would have announced it already.
Yeah.
So, because it's definitely the fight was definitely supposed to go down May 30th. Now, whatever's going on, is it supposed to still be going on? I do not know, but the fight definitely was going to be happening May 30th at Madison Square Garden. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, because I saw a video where Teofimo was talking to Broner, and he said, "Hey, the fight's done already. It's gonna be at the Garden, but we're only going over a few details, like a meal here, a meal there, something about like $1 million or whatever." That they were still
only for the financials. They were still working out a little financial particulars, but as far as the fight itself, it was already done. It was set in stone. Correct. It was an MSG, and that's from an inside source at ESPN telling me that.
Yep.
So.
Yep. That's what I heard too.
Yeah, I know for a fact that's supposed to happen.
Did you guys see that Tank wants Leo to come up to 135 to fight? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, fuck Tank. Fuck Tank. I'm tired of Tank. I'm tired of Tank talking.
I said that Tank was going to have him come to 135, bro. I knew he was going to do that dumb shit.
Hey, but Leo said that he's going to fight at 130. He said the fight's going to be at 130 if I fight. He said that in an interview.
Yeah, that's Leo though.
That's because Tank can't get down low. Tank can't get lower than 135. Yep. If he try and do that, that's because he can't even get lower than 135, bro.
Yeah, Tank can't make 130 no more. Tank been too big for 130. Hell, he barely make 135. Quiet as kept. Tank, man, I ain't even tripping on what Tank talking about. Like, fuck what Tank talking about. Tank always trying to make demands, and then you say Leo Santa Cruz talking about fighting at 130. But at the end of the day, Tank the eighth guy, so it's all gonna be on what goes for Tank, what works for him. So if him fighting at 130 works against Tank, he ain't gonna fight at 130. He's gonna fight at 135.
That's an absolute joke. That's an absolute joke. to fight Leo Santa Cruz at 130, to try to fight Leo Santa Cruz at 135, and he a natural 126 kind of guy, bruh. You trying to get him to go to 135, bruh? Nah, if I was Leo, he would have to come down to 130 for real. He would have to come down to 130.
He's got only one fight.
I agree.
Leo's got only one fight at 130. You know.
That's what I'm saying. They're trying to. They're trying to. Everything in Tank's favor, so he could just blast out Leo in a showcase knockout type shit. I already see it.
Hey, doesn't Tank look like a little Manny Fresh? Manny Fresh.
Well, wait a minute. Let me ask everybody. The only way that this will be decided is to decide who's the A side. Who's the A side, Tank or Leo?
Tank.
Tank.
I think Tank. Yeah, maybe. I don't know Leo's numbers.
You know what? Hey man, you know what?
Money team would try to give him that illusion, man.
That's a good question because Leo's gonna bring out all the Mexicans. You know what I mean?
You know what? Now that I think about him and Abner sold out, bro.
Spend that bread for that fight. But I just think you know how the money team is on that bill, man. They're gonna try to bring that illusion that Tank is the #1 guy. But we already know where they would host that fight at. They would have it somewhere in like Arizona, Texas, California, Las Vegas. Like so they could bring all of them, so they could bring all of that Mexican crowd out.
Yep.
Show you right.
That's the same pattern they did Spence and Mikey, so they're going to try to repeat that. They think that's going to pay off. What are you going to say, Andrade?
Well, Mikey and Manny is going to. I think Mikey and Manny will do numbers just because of the people, because Mikey being Mexican and Manny being, who he is in the sport of boxing, being a living legend. That fight is going to sell, but I don't feel Manny should fight Mikey. I feel like I'm gonna ask you, what do you feel that Manny Pacquiao has to gain for fighting Mikey Garcia? Like, what does he really have to gain for fighting?
There's no purpose in it.
No
purpose in that.
Like, I don't see a point in that fight, to tell you the truth.
If Manny was to do anything, bro, he should fight Terrence Crawford, man. He should fight Terrence Crawford. It would make some damn sense. You go out there and fight Mikey. Mikey at 147 with no belts, with a WBC damn diamond belt, bro. You gonna go out there and fight him for what, a damn diamond belt? You could at least fight Terrence Crawford for the WBO. Go out on your shield, or just go out the way it is, bro, because Mikey just don't make no sense, man. And Errol, I don't even think you can realistically get Errol right now. So
for me, I think the reason why he's fighting Mikey is because it's like a money fight for him. Because let's be real, DAZN give Manny the bag for that. You know what I'm saying? He collect the bag. It's an easy fight for an old Manny. Let's be real, he's old as shit right now. So, he takes that. It's a lesser fight than fighting like Crawford. I mean, I could see why Manny would want Spence right now because he don't look like he's in it for the game. So. I think that the fights he's trying to take right now are comfortable fights for him that are money fights. You know what I mean? That's the stage he's at right now for me.
I mean, honestly, it would be his last hurrah because he would bring all of the crowds out, all of his biggest fans would definitely come out and support because it's probably going to be his last fight for real.
So all else back here and grab the quarterback, but he's powerful.
I don't know, man. I just think that Mikey don't make sense. But I understand why Manny would do it. He's just looking for a bag. He's looking to just kind of cash out of the game at this point. We don't know how many fights Manny got left. Manny has nothing to prove to anybody. So if Manny turns around and say, hey, I don't want to fight Spencer Crawford. But I think at this point, Manny didn't already, beat Keith Thurman. He didn't pull off a fight that most people didn't think he could do. He might as well make a run at Spence if he looks at people that are vulnerable or Mikey Garcia for an easy bag.
You know what? I'd be okay with if Manny vacated his belt. After a money fight he just vacated, I would have no issue with it. Look what he's done in the sport. I can't sit here and say, oh, you need to fight this guy, fight that guy. Like, he's done so much. So I'm okay if he vacates and retires at that point.
Hey, and look, let me say this too. If hypothetically Mikey Garcia beats Manny, bro, he's going to hold that belt hostage, bro, because he's not going to fight Spence or Crawford, man.
Well, this is how stupid Mikey Garcia is. He said he would love to fight Errol Spence in a rematch. And then, there you go. And you already know you got washed once, you're gonna get washed again. He showed nothing in the first fight that he'd be able to make a significant adjustment to beat him in the rematch. And then I think he was clout chasing mentioning Terrence Crawford's name. Because if he fights Terrence Crawford, he's getting knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. Well, Mikey not gonna be but not at all.
Not at all. But I mean, you know, it is what it is. But you know, I'm gonna give everybody your final thoughts, and we're gonna get up out of here. Raider from LA, Two Hands Unbiased D, Boone Man. Anybody got anything to say? Final thoughts? You want to speak on anything?
I'll just say it like this, man. Shout out to my brother IBFP Boxing Nuke. This shit is fire. If y'all haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, get those likes up. And look, man, Canelo ain't ducking nobody. Tank Davis and most of the damn PBC need to get off their ass and do something. Then they can get these big fights. I'm out.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. Salute to you, Nuke, bro. I 100% agree with D just said. Canelo obviously isn't ducking the known ducker Andrade, who's pulled out and ducked multiple fights. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's fighting Billy Joe Saunders. That's an incredible win, in my opinion. And then he's coming back down to 160 and getting a belt, road to undisputed, what these fans are saying they want to see. So somebody got to get Triple G's belt, right? So there you go. But man, thanks for having me on. Good live. Good, always a good boxing talk. Shout out to Two Hands DT3 and Raider LA. Peace out, man.
All right, man. Nuke, appreciate you for having me on, man. As always, man. Hey, subscribe to everybody on this panel. And yeah, man, just facts over feelings, man. It costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. Respect though.
Yes, sir.
Hey Nuke, now I wanna I appreciate you having me on, man. You should do more lives, man. There ain't shit to do right now with this coronavirus. So have more. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Thank you, man. All right. Yeah. Salute to everybody.
Thank you.
Salute, man. Shout out to my boy Nuke. As always, it's always a pleasure to be on the panel with you. It's a lot going on in the sport of boxing, a lot of bullshit going on. These fighters aren't trying to fight nobody. It's kind of sad. I was speaking highly of Bubu Andrade for a long time until the recent few weeks. I've been doing my research and old boy ducking, man, and he pricing himself out. And I feel like he shouldn't be doing that. He hasn't put himself on a status where he deserves that plateau. But once again, thank you, Nuke, my brother from another mother. It's always a pleasure, bro. God bless you, man. Keep the heat coming.
Thank you, Boom. And look, man, I'm going to give a shout out to everybody. I'm going to give a shout out to Two Hands Up. Salute, my brother. You're a real one, unbiased. DT3, the Boone Man, Raider from LA. You know, just everybody, Samuel Shaw, El Primo, salute my brother, Nick Harmer, Hector, you know, Lydia, you know, everybody, John Cable, everybody, Kevin Gomez. It is what it is, you know. Honestly, you know, I guess to summarize the point, I think that, you know, a lot of this Demetrius Andrade talk is just guys pushing a narrative who don't have the facts because they're in their feelings. So I think that's what it is. It's guys pushing a narrative because they don't have the facts, because they are in their feelings. It's that fucking simple. It's always facts over feelings. It's the IBFP. Salute.